All right, and welcome back to the Royal Vision podcast. Today we have an absolutely spectacular athlete from our women's lacrosse team. She's from Lynbrook, New York, attended Lynbrook High School, and actually got an insane game-winning goal with 43 seconds left and a 10-9 victory over the 12th-ranked Stevens on Sunday at Weiss Field. Absolutely important goal. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but allow me to introduce our athlete of this week, which is going to be Kayleigh Stalter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. How's your day today?
It's good, long day, but that's how it is when you're an athlete and a student at the same time.
Absolutely. I know the first thing you want to do after that long day is talk about how much you do.
Yeah.
So getting kind of right into it, tell me about this win over Stevens on Sunday. How important was this win to you guys?
This win honestly meant, everything to us. This is what we've been working towards this entire season. I mean, we've had a couple really good ranked teams that we've played. We haven't gotten the exact results we wanted in every game, but I think this game means a lot to us going into landmark playoffs and potentially NCAAs. We finally got ranked for the first time, which is recognition we haven't had before, and I think we just have been working so hard that this meant so much to us and to our coaching staff. We were all so excited.
Just looking at the score, you guys definitely deserve it. You're on 13-3 overall regular season play and 7-1 in landmark conference play. Definitely nothing to scoff at, so you guys definitely should be ranked. Congratulations on that 25th spot in the national top 25 poll.
Thank you.
You guys are leading to secure that number one spot in the landmark conference playoffs. Trying to hope to get that win on Saturday.
Yes.
So definitely good luck for that. You guys are defending that landmark conference championship. Tell me what's different. How are you guys going into this season compared to last season?
This season, what our coach has been saying to us that has really resonated with me is we have a target on our backs this year where we were the ones targeting other teams last year, and we were the 3 seed going into the landmark playoffs last year actually, so we didn't host the semifinals or the finals, where this year we're planning to host both of those games, and so we're kind of the ones that all the landmark teams are looking to take down. Instead of us wanting to take other people down. So it's a little bit more, I would say, pressure, but it's earned pressure, and it's cool to see both sides because I think we've been pining for the Landmark Championship for so long, and last year was the first time we've ever actually won. And to defend that title is pressure that I've never felt before, but it's pressure that I think we need as a team to get stronger.
Absolutely. And what do you think are you trying to express to maybe some of your underclassmen on the team as you're in a senior? So this is going to be your final career as part of the University of Scranton. So what are you trying to illustrate to them?
Never give up, no matter what. Even if we are winning, this is I think this is the best record that we've had since I've been here at least. And I think we need to keep working to be even better. We can't settle. Even the win over Stevens is amazing, but I think we can do even more. And I think just to keep working and never settle for any loss or any win, we need to just keep pushing, even when we're doing really well.
Well, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We can get a lot more into that maybe a little bit later, but I want to put the spotlight on you and how you maybe got into women's lacrosse. I just want to hear it from the beginning.
So I started playing lacrosse when I was in 2nd grade. It's kind of a hard sport when you first start. It's very technical, and I think for me, I just played sports my whole life. I also played basketball and volleyball throughout my youth and into high school. I swam. I danced for a little bit. I was just all over the place kind of, and lacrosse was just something I was I want to try it, and all my friends were doing it. And for me, sports was something that I kind of just got to bond with my best friends. I have a friend group of 6 best friends at home, and we almost all of us played the same exact sports, so we were always together. And that's something that I found here actually was I wanted to be with people that I wasn't just teammates with, I was also friends with. So I think I play better and I want to work harder when I'm with people that I love and people that support me. So I think that's kind of how I got into it, and I just worked really hard, got good at it, I guess, and I played on a travel team with 2 of my best friends for 3 years, and that's actually how I got recruited to play here, was through my travel team. And two of my teammates actually were on my travel team with me. We didn't go to the same high school, but they are with me now here, which is really cool. So again, like friendships transferring into teammates, I think that's so important to have those types of people in your life and on your team. It just makes it so much more fun and so much easier to want to work hard.
What do you think helped you go from high school into college and really pushed you to keep doing lacrosse in college?
I think losing my senior year of lacrosse because of COVID, I think that really pushed me to want to work hard coming here. I feel like senior year of anything, especially now being a senior, it makes me like feel even more appreciative to have this team now, because obviously I didn't have a senior season for high school, which was not fun. And so it made coming to college, like I kind of had unfinished business. Like I felt like I never wanted to stop. And I'm glad that I have this opportunity, because I couldn't imagine not coming here or not playing my sport anymore. I think I needed that like closure and to keep going. And it made me really appreciative for all the moments that I have here, because it could be taken from you at any moment, like it was 4 years ago.
How was that first year coming into college with that COVID kind of over your head?
It was definitely a tough transition. I'm not going to lie and say it was super easy. It was hard, and I think just the pace of play, too, was something I was so shocked by, because high school, it's just a little slower, and not everyone's at the same level, where you come here and everyone's really good. Like, everyone was either recruited to come here or came on the team and made the team and is really talented. So you have to work a lot harder to fight for your spot if you want to play, and it was definitely a hard transition, but I learned a lot from my freshman year. I value everything that happened my freshman year, and it made me come back sophomore year so much more in shape and so much more ready. And I think that's how I got to where I am today.
And you're really showing it with your stats, too. I mean, just in this previous game, you had those 2 goals and those 2 assists in the win. That has your whole career points up. You're at 102 right now. That's goals plus assists. So congratulations for that. That's huge. And you have 16 goals and 8 assists while starting all 16 games this season. So you're making a big splash in your senior year. So I just want to kind of get in your head a little bit. What have you really been thinking about every time you get on the field this senior year? Like, what's going through your head?
I only have a couple left. Every time I get on the field, I'm like, this is my last time playing this team. This is my last game. Like right now, we have one more game left in the regular season. That's my last time playing a Landmark Conference regular season game. That's so crazy. So I think I've just been kind of soaking it all in and not taking it for granted, and just playing my hardest every time I'm out there.
How would you say the audience has an effect on maybe some of these really important games?
I think it makes a huge difference. I think we had a pretty good turnout at Stevens, because it was on a Sunday, so there wasn't a lot of conflicts with like other teams. I know like there was the men's lacrosse team was there. There was a lot of soccer and field hockey girls there too, which is so amazing. It makes us feel so supported, and like when they're cheering for us, like they want us to win. Like they're there for us, and it makes us feel really good about ourselves and makes us want to work harder and want to win more.
What would you say to our, greater Scranton community to come out to some of these games?
I would say, like, if you want to watch a good team play a good sport and work their hardest, you should come to our games, because we really, win or lose, I think we go out and we work our hardest, and you'll see people pushing themselves to the limit, and we really appreciate when people come, and I think we could play even better if there were more people there to support us, for sure.
Would you say you have any big inspirations? This could be either, family or more sports-oriented, but just to you personally?
I can do both, I guess. I mean,
I'd love to hear it. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say my inspiration in life is probably my dad. My dad played 3 Division I sports when he was in college. Yeah, he like, it's basically like the person always in my ear telling me like, you can always work harder, you can always be better, and like he pushes me so much, obviously in like a loving way, not in a bad way, but he supports me and he's so proud of me. Like I think the person I was most like happy to like be able to see after the game was my dad, because he's just been there for me all these 4 years, and I just like to make him proud. So I would say my dad for like life. And then my sports idol would probably be like Charlotte North. She played at BC. She like is one of the best lacrosse players of all time, and just the way that she was so relentless, like with her shooting, and she I think holds one of the records for like most goals scored in a season. She scored over like 100 goals in a season, which is insane. I look up to her a lot. I used to watch her play I think she graduated 2 years ago, but I watch a lot of Division I lacrosse. I like watching like higher level. I think it makes you better as a player and your IQ goes up. So I'd probably say Charlotte North.
No, great answers. Thank you for that. What's sort of the attitude that you have as a D3 athlete compared to maybe a D2 or even a D1?
I would say that I have more of like a balance in my life, and I don't take anything in my life too seriously. Like I really try to like put in all my effort because I don't want to stretch myself too thin. I've found myself almost doing that a couple times, and it does wear on you. So I think for me, especially being a nursing major, like I really try to take care of myself and take care of my body, like for everything, because having a really hard practice a night before and then having to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to clinical the next day, like I can't be super sore walking around. Like I need to be at the hospital and do what I got to do there. So I really think I've tried to work on like self-care a lot and like making sure that I have my priorities set, and like time management's very important for me. And I like the structure. I think the D3 structure is very good because it's not too overbearing, where like I have friends who play Division I sports and it seems like lacrosse is their whole life when they're in season. I just could not imagine that. I feel like we have a really good balance here of like academics and sports. People always ask me, they're like, oh, how is it doing both? Like, is it impossible? I'm like, well, no, it's not impossible because I'm about to finish and graduate and be fine. So it's definitely possible. And I think it's just how you handle it. And we all support each other. We have a lot of nursing majors on my team, and I try to help them out with like tests and homework and stuff. And like, it's just nice to have a good support system with that.
How did you choose on nursing when coming to the University of Scranton?
I always knew that I wanted to do something that involved helping people. I like a very like high intense, I feel like that's all athletes are very big on, like high intense situations. I couldn't really imagine going to do a desk job. Honestly, I don't think I could sit at a desk for the rest of my life. So I wanted to do something that was more like high intensity, but also like I can make a difference. So that's why I wanted to do nursing. And a lot of other schools don't offer nursing and being able to play a sport, which is something that's so great about Scranton. They were so open and so able to be flexible. Like I've had to have multiple conversations about like my schedule and clinicals and potentially missing games, and they work with me. Like our coaches are so good about scheduling practices around our clinical schedules, and it's just been great to be able to do both because I didn't really want to have to choose, and not having to choose was really great for me.
Do you think there's anything you take from your major that you can apply to lacrosse and, well, vice versa?
I would say because I see a lot of sick people and a lot of like really hurting people not every day, but like whenever I'm at clinical, it makes me very appreciative for my health and appreciative to be able to play lacrosse and to be able to do stuff like this. I think that makes me want to work harder in my sport because there are a lot of people who wish they could do the things that we do as athletes and they just can't, which is obviously not, like, I'm so grateful to be able to do this. And I think it just gives me a lot of perspective.
What's maybe a story that you can tell me that really like sticks in your mind that helped shape you maybe as a person throughout this whole lacrosse journey?
I would say, I think that losing my freshman and sophomore year, losing the landmark championship at Catholic twice, really, like just seeing like those upperclassmen that I've learned so much from, like having to lose for so many years in a row and like seeing them having to leave their senior year on such a sour note, like on lacrosse wise, I think it really made me want to win for them. Like we all, after we won last year, like we were all texting our upperclassmen and we were like, this is for you guys. Like we wish that you guys could have been here. So I think that as much as losing isn't great, I think it makes the winning feel so much better. And I think this year it just feels so much more earned because it's not like we're coming off of so many winning records in the past. Like I've been at the championship and lost. We're like, we try to remind our underclassmen all the time. We're like, because obviously our freshmen, they don't know what it's like to lose. They also don't know what it's like to win because they haven't won yet. But it is a horrible feeling, and it does not feel great. So I think we just always like to remind ourselves of those moments, and when we do lose, we really try to like think about it and take it as a lesson, and it makes when we do win feel so much better and so much more special.
Definitely very Ignatius values of you.
Thank you.
Kind of an interesting question because this is a very, broad topic, especially on this podcast. I've had quite a few. Do you have any athlete on the team that's using their COVID year?
Yes, I think we do. I don't know if they've like confirmed it yet, but I think a couple people, because we have a lot of people doing 5-year programs here. I think we have some people who are considering taking it. I'm personally not, just because I'm not in a 5-year program. If I was, I honestly would, but I can't.
What do you think your opinion is of that entire initiative and program we're trying to put in place?
I think it's nice. I like it because I think for me, like, even like my freshman year, like, wasn't really real. Like, we didn't really have a real season. Like, yeah, we had like landmark play, but that was kind of it. Like, I feel like I really only played like 3 actual years. So I think to have that opportunity, if you want to, is really special and kind of makes up for everything that happened to us with losing our senior year and with like the grade above not having any freshman year. I do think it's nice. I think it is a little tough for like the underclassmen coming in. I will say that because I could see how that would be frustrating, like coming in as a freshman or even freshman to sophomore year. Like, that's usually when a lot of people grow and take people's spots as they graduate. So I do find that could be a little frustrating. But I think the whole situation itself is just tough, and I can see both sides.
Absolutely. How do you feel when you walk on the field all the time? You have the Scranton logo on your back.
I think our school just has such a great like community feeling, and I feel honestly very proud to do what I do and to wear the Scranton uniform, because I think that Scranton athletics as a whole, like, I feel like we have a lot of pride, and we are very just kind and nice people. Like, I feel like we try to go out there all the time and just be the most hardworking but also kind team. Like, we don't want to ever be disrespectful to anyone, to any other team, to any other refs, to coaches. Like, I think I feel very proud to be on a team like Scranton because of the people, and just the atmosphere that we have is very positive. And you can tell, like, I think just even between the teams, like, supporting each other and going to each other's games, like, I think we just are all so proud of each other and just want what's best for each other, no matter what team you're on or what position you play or the role that you have on your team. Like, I think everyone is so proud, even if you don't step into the game at all. Like, I still feel like my teammates are so proud and so, like, blessed to be on the team, no matter what they're doing.
What should an audience member expect to see, maybe attitude-wise or expectation-wise, this Saturday at Moravian?
A lot of stick slamming, hopefully, a lot of goal scoring, a lot of jumping. If you look at our pictures that we have, we were so excited, like, to win, especially on Sunday. The photos of us, like, jumping around is insane. So I think there's going to be a lot of smiling, a lot of jumping, and a lot of hugging.
So kind of wrapping it up here at the end, I always love to give this part to you. Anything you want. It could be to the greater Scranton community. It could just be maybe shouting out your friends, but this is all for you.
I want to give a huge shout out to our defense on Scranton, because as much as my goal was broadcasted and obviously was important for us to win, I think the reason I was able to score that goal was because of our defensive unit. Our goalie, Lauren Boldis, she's amazing. All of our defense is just so strong, and they're the ones who push me in practice to be as good as I am, and that's how I'm able to score, is because I practice on them every day, and they make me better. And they were able to hold Stevens to only 9 goals when they average about 15 goals a game, so that's way lower than their average. And I think they kept us in the game to be able to come back to win, so they need to get shouted out as well.
Absolutely. Great way to end off. And Kayleigh, and on behalf of me and Scranton Athletics, congratulations and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks.
So, as we've mentioned multiple times throughout this podcast, Saturday at Moravian, it's going to be huge. As you've heard from both these podcasts, they love when you guys are there, and it makes such a difference. So, as always, I've been your host, Alex Taylor, and this has been the Royal Vision Podcast. We'll see you in the next one.